They're really that curious about her history. All right. All right. People are curious about that vegan teacher's history, so I'll watch it. I mean, I basically got the history. She started making TikToks. She was very provocative. She would say things that upset people. She would compare, vegan like animals to, sexual assault of women and whatnot. Which she actually had a decent point. Like, she's like, you have to keep cows pregnant to keep making milk. Although somebody told me that you just have to keep them pregnant once, and then you can keep them going for a while. You can keep their milk production going for a while. Very interesting. But either way, she does. They take the baby. It's pretty fucked up, man. The food industry is pretty fucked up. So I kind of understand where she's coming from. It got really weird though when she said the N word and she said she was trying to reclaim it. That was really fucking crazy. She got into a fight with Joe Robe, the known TikTok predator. Remember that part? That was her highlight of her career. Then she also defended him though when I criticized him for being a real piece of shit. And she's like, "Well, you don't really know." This is Joe Robe, by the way. And then I think she got banned. And now she makes YouTubes, and she's kind of really bizarrely successful on YouTube. So it's very interesting. But I'll take a look since you guys are curious.
Welcome to class, everybody, and especially to you, Nikocado.
Hey guys, right now we're...
Welcome to class,
what the fuck is happening?
And especially to you, Nikocado Avocado. Your channel has become boring, extremely cruel, and sick in the head. Hard to eat your cruciferous vegetables.
What an alpha male. Alpha female.
Smoothies, sprout little beans.
Cruciferous vegetables, which are high in oxalates and anti-nutrients, and you're telling people to put them in smoothies. Who are you, lady? Don't even do a morsel of research on the people that you're supposedly making videos about. I was probably vegan longer than you've been vegan. Well, actually, no, you've probably been doing it a long time. Look at you with your black teeth rotting out of your face. Classes in session.
Let's get through this.
Sarah ABCs together. C is for chicken. C is for collagen, which your body requires for proper skin, hair, and brain health. C is for chicken, lady.
Now, let's take a trip down memory lane. It's 2020, and throughout the pandemic and lockdown, you get bored with YouTube and other social media apps, and you download the app that you said was cringy and that you never download or open. But before your very eyes, you start to get addicted to TikTok, and you stumble across an account called That Vegan Teacher, an account that uploads TikTok videos talking about veganism and animal rights. At surface level, it seems like this account is great with spreading awareness towards their moral obligation to defend.
Not at all. At surface level, it seems like a psychotic fucking 60-year-old woman shouting. So
animals. What you didn't know is
I remember the time. What I fucking remember. I remember this time where that vegan teacher made fake accounts to say that they were vegan, and she would use the same dumb bullshit clip art, and she made one that was some 13-year-old black kid called that 13-year-old vegan Jamal or something, and I was like, holy shit, what? This woman is fucking deranged.
A massive amount of controversy that comes with her name, from arguing with a plethora of online content creators to arguing with renowned chefs. Katie Karen was here to stay.
Yeah, it's kind of boring because I covered it, and now I don't cover it because it's so boring. It starts off with hey, this person did a thing. They should be vegan. Cancel that person. And then mostly she'll watch, not cancel them, but they should be vegan. She gives a report card. And then she basically spends most of the video just saying why they're a bad person. And at one point she said that she supported the idea that it was okay that everybody died in 9/11 because they weren't vegan. And that it was actually a positive thing. And then she made fun of me for being fat. It was funny actually when I watched it. So
claimed that these content creators and world-renowned chefs were vegan phobic. Her fight to, quote, convert these content creators to turn vegan.
Let's see, hold on.
With a plethora of online content creators to arguing with renowned chefs. Katie Karen was here to state her claim that these content creators and world-renowned chefs were vegan phobic. Her fight to, quote, convert these content creators to turn vegan would eventually see her get banned off of TikTok in 2021 after making multiple sexual remarks to an underage content creator by the name of TommyInnit. But more on that later on in the video. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the insane mind of Katie Karen, aka That Vegan Teacher. Strap in because there's a laundry list of content creators, companies.
Yeah, here you go. Here's the video on me.
And then
This is me. This is why is Papa God hiding his eyes from the truth about Gordon Ramsay? She plays 5 seconds of the video where I watched them kill fucking little baby chickens, and I was like, oh shit, that's fucked up.
you can see this.
She's not sticking that.
He chooses not to.
I don't know. She called me fat. It was funny. Anyway.
and even celebrities that she had controversies with. Katie Karen was born on September 24th, 1964 in Montreal, Canada.
Wow.
She would eventually pursue a career in nursing for 25 years, and alongside her nursing, she would end up attending Concordia University in Canada to become an English teacher for students who don't use English as their first language. Eventually, Katie would
Wow, I didn't even know this.
end up stepping away from her job as a registered nurse to work full-time as an ESL teacher. But when the pandemic hit, she would eventually leave her job as an English teacher as well to focus on her new online career on YouTube and TikTok. That vegan teacher was formerly known as Miss Karen English Teacher on YouTube when she created her first account in 2012. On this channel, she would sing her lessons to help her students remember her teachings. But this channel wouldn't really gain much attention. In its 9-year lifespan, Miss Karen English Teacher would only receive 23,000 subscribers with 2 million views, which is impressive to say the least.
Yeah,
but
so
in
good.
time, Katie Karen would eventually create her now well-known channel called That Vegan Teacher in July of
Bro, this is the video right
weeks.
here.
But in time, Katie Karen would eventually create her now well-known
Hold on.
channel called That.
This one right here, bro. Right? This is where she reclaims the N-word, bro. I swear to God. She changes the N-word to mean like, she's like, we have to reclaim it. So she does like fucking naturally intelligent, generous, gorgeous. You get the point. It's fucking insane.
That Vegan Teacher in July of 2018, with the premise to spread her knowledge of veganism through singing and composing music that contains information regarding the abuse towards animals. At one point in the channel's lifespan, she was a very positive way to learn about becoming vegan, but eventually that would all change once she started her first TikTok account.
Yeah, she made the George Floyd parody video. She did. She made a video like making like a light out of George Floyd's death. It was a song about how you should be vegan, and then she like used George Floyd as a fucking central focus. It was insane. It was insane.
Out in 2020 when she was first introduced to the app by a friend at work. Now, since her first TikTok account was banned, it's hard to pinpoint the exact date or month that Katie started posting on TikTok, but the bulk of her controversies would reside in late 2020 and early 2021. That Vegan Teacher would release this song called I Can't Breathe in June of 2020.
Yep, that's the one.
Just a couple weeks.
You know what's so funny? I covered it and I criticized that video on my channel, and they fucking pulled it down. I got a copyright strike for it, like or a harassment or some kind of violation for it. I was mind fucked.
After police killed George Floyd. This was an issue for many, including myself. This was Katie Karen trying to capitalize off of a death of somebody else and use that to push out her agenda to not kill or harm animals. In her description of that video, she states, all lives matter to those who live them. Help everyone to keep breathing, not just the ones in your own personal group. If you are not vegan, then by default, you are for animal abuse. This was wrong on many different levels, but this was
It's true. I am for animal abuse. I eat animals, and that is basically pretty abusive when you eat them.
only the start of her many controversies. During the summer of 2020, Katie Karen would upload this video to TikTok of her singing outside of a McDonald's, telling them that they should offer an all-exclusive vegan menu.
3, 2, 1, sing. Eating animals is wrong, McDonald's. Hurting animals is wrong, McDonald's. Share this song and change your entire menu to be vegan from now on.
This would be the video that would blow up and bring more traction to her TikTok account, showing that Katie Karen would do just about anything to get her point across about veganism.
Well, that one wasn't so bad. That's the nice part. You know what I mean? Like that's a nice start.
In September of 2020, That Vegan Teacher would upload this video.
Hi everyone. Before becoming a teacher, a school teacher, I worked as a nurse for 25 years. And
I mean, you're an ESL teacher. Chill out. You're not really you're not really a teacher. You're doing ESL. You're as much of a teacher as those kids are students. I'm just kidding. The joke. Take it easy, guys.
I always talked about the importance of signing our organ donor cards. But this year, for the first time in my life, I have decided not to sign it. And here's why. I realize how despicable society is, how many evil people are out there, especially since coming to TikTok even more so. And I've decided that there's no way on earth that I want any of you to ever get my organs if I die. The only people I would ever want would be vegan animal rights activists. Because I would give those organs to those people, and I know they will not be murdering animals to put into that body that would have been saved.
That's very funny.
The rest of you will just continue to live and keep murdering animals.
True.
So, I just wanted to let you know that it's really disappointing, but it's come to this.
Hey, listen, she's that wrong. I mean, like, okay. It's her fucking
Katie stated
organs.
that she wouldn't give her organs to people that need them.
Bro, look at this. Rapper Travis Scott is an animal abuser. Bro, probably true. I mean, Travis Scott is very irresponsible, and he's an asshole. So listen, that vegan teacher is starting to seem like the good guy, except for the racism and stuff. But
because they would end up eating animals and that they didn't deserve them. Keep in mind, at one point, nursing was a big part of Katie's life. This was, of course, a small controversy and wasn't as big of an issue as every other situation that comes up in the future. But it was the start of Katie Karen's madness on TikTok outside of the McDonald's video. Just a couple weeks after this incident, Katie would end up duetting a TikTok video by TommyInnit where he is surrounded by girls and jokingly looks nervous. She would tell Tommy to follow that meat teacher, Miss Tofu, and then ends the duet by winking at Tommy.
I'm at college and surrounded by women.
Don't be scared, Tommy. Just follow that meat teacher, Miss Tofu. She'll help you find a nice vegan girl who will teach you what to do.
It's fucked up, bro. I can't believe people. It's crazy though, because like that's obviously inappropriate. But people are like, "Oh, she's a fucking pedophile." You guys are insane. Like she's very hateable, but the things you'll say about people that you don't like are fucking pathetic. Honestly, like it's fucking crazy. Because that was like weird, cringe, and inappropriate. But she's not a fucking pedophile. She's just a weirdo. People like, "Oh, she's a." Because I remember seeing the duets. I'm like, you guys are fucking insane. Shit's ridiculous.
Was pretty weird. She would follow up this video by calling out TommyInnit's fans for stitching the original video and going crazy towards their interaction.
Fans, what the fuck is the matter with you guys? You're losing your minds. I saw some of the duets that you guys did to that little 15-second video I did for him. You know, the one where I was just trying to encourage him to become vegan?
So I guess that person liked this video.
What the fuck are you guys doing? Some of you are crying. Some of you are punching the camera, going fucking crazy. You're like, fuck off, stay away from Tommy. You know, he's at college. I'm a teacher. I'm allowed to talk to him. You know what?
You gotta be careful, Miss Katie. They're gonna say you're trying to groom this kid. And that's the fucking next step from the woke crowd.
To be crying about? The rape, the torture, and the murder on all of your plates. You've never been through any wars. You've never suffered. You have no fucking idea about the world. If that's gonna make you cry, God help the next generation. You guys are fucked up. Seriously. Get your priorities straight.
TommyInnit wouldn't respond and would later upload another video to TikTok where he jokingly says that he will show off his 2 YouTube play buttons to girls if or when they come around. That vegan teacher would once again stitch the video and would make sexual comments towards TommyInnit while knowing, again, he was 16 years old.
I got 2 more golden play buttons today that I'm going to show to girls if they come round. Because they do.
Tommy,
My fucking ears, bro.
the nice vegan girls don't want to see your buttons. But if you want them to play with your buttons, you're gonna have to show them your fruits and your vegetables.
Ooh, telling a 16.
Yeah, like it's cringe and inappropriate, but it's like you know what she's saying. She's not trying to fuck this kid. Like she's just making a veganism point.
16-year-old boy to whip out his genitals to girls. Last I checked, that's sexualizing a minor.
See, like, you see what I'm saying, dude? Like this, like, oh, we hate that vegan teacher, and she said something inappropriate, so now she's basically a fucking pedophile. Like, this shit's insane. These people are fucking insane, dude.
Well, for the camera. Chris Hansen will see you now.
That vegan teacher would end up saying that she was able to speak to him because he was a teacher, which gave her the right to speak to TommyInnit, but not in a
Bro, it's a fucking joke. Like, get over it. Who cares?
Sexual manner. In January of 2021, at the beginning of the new year, that vegan teacher would state that coming out as vegan was more special than coming out as part of the LGBTQ plus community.
Did.
Someone would comment,
she said it was brave, and it's not brave to come out as gay. It's fucked up.
say that it's way harder to come out as LGBTQ plus than being vegan because veganism isn't a sexuality and it's a choice.
Well, as I wouldn't even, those don't matter. It's more that like nobody's gotten beaten up for saying that they're fucking vegan. They should. You should get beaten up for saying that. But you don't. Compared to being LGBTQ, there definitely can happen. Right? Like nobody, see this is the thing. Is like in the people in the fucking we need something shorter than LGBTQ. People in the sussy community, no, I'm just kidding. People in that community is like coming out gets you hurt, or like you may not want to come out out of fear for what your family might say or think about you. Vegans don't have that problem. They literally won't shut the fuck up about how they're vegan. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a difference. They literally will not shut the fuck up about how they're fucking vegan. Okay? They don't stop talking about it. They just won't shut the fuck up. Right? Gay people, they're not the same. Like a lot of times they'll feel like shitty about it. It's a very different thing, obviously.
Katie would double down on her beliefs and say that coming out as part of the LGBTQ community was selfish because you are only thinking about yourself and not others, whereas coming out as a vegan activist helps animals and wasn't selfish because they're trying to better the world, not just themselves. She would also state that if you are in a religion that treats you badly, then just simply change religions.
You're absolutely
It's a pretty woke take. It's a pretty woke take. Maybe you should do that, but I don't think that doesn't really stop you from getting potentially hurt. This is she's so fucking dumb. Because, like, I'm not Christian anymore. It's like your fucking dad is. Now dad's going to beat the shit out of you worse. Because not only are you gay, but you're not fucking Christian. Now you're dead. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a very very dumb thing to say.
Totally wrong. Coming out as a vegan animal rights activist, as somebody who cares beyond themselves, is much more special than it is to come out as a member of the LGBTQ community. Coming out as a member of the LGBTQ community is an entirely selfish act. It's talking about you only. It's not talking about the things that you're going to do to better the world. Coming out as an animal rights activist is talking about the animals, others, not just you. In fact, it is a completely unselfish thing.
I imagine coming out as gay would also signal comfortability with other people coming out as gay, right?
Yes, I'm not saying it's easy in different societies, different religious backgrounds, but if you're in a religion that treats you badly, then just change religions. We've been over this before. But look at my comment section.
She's so dumb. Yeah, if you're in like Alabama, Dad, I don't want to be. I'm no longer associating with Christianity. They're like, what do you mean, son? Why? Oh, because I like penis. And then they'll beat the shit out of you. They'll beat you to death. You know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't matter if you change your religion. The scope around you doesn't change. Like, maybe in like a more accepting area, you could just be like, yeah, fuck it. I'm not going to be Christian anymore. But, you know.
Of how terribly vegan animal rights activists are treated. Not just me. All of them.
Listen, we just ignore you. It's not the same as gay people, you know?
Do better.
The world just ignores their problems. That's fucked up.
Be kind to those who are being kind. Be vegan.
Later on, Katie would start to beef with Gordon Ramsay, calling him out for eating meat. I wanted to highlight this beef specifically with Gordon Ramsay because he would stitch her video and call her a vegan donut, which was a highlight in making this video.
Eating animals is wrong, Gordon Ramsay. Hurting animals is wrong, Gordon Ramsay. Share this song.
Bro, I wish you would have like gotten a good copy of that because it's just my fucking head hurts so bad from listening to this video.
And if you call me a donut, it's fine.
Vegan
as long as
donut.
you're vegan from now on.
This would eventually lead to a diss track on Gordon Ramsay that was
Hey, good for her though. She got noticed by Gordon Ramsay.
absolutely awful. Please, I recommend do not watch it. But throughout the diss track, she would compare animal abuse to the Holocaust. In March of 2021, that vegan teacher would upload this video on her YouTube account. This video would show the N-word written out as if it was a poem, and each letter in the word had a separate meaning. This was her attempt at justifying why she should be able to say the N-word, focusing on the statement ban cruelty, not words.
Yeah, she's trying to reclaim the N-word. Yep.
Just listen to this video and tell me if you understand what she's trying to say right here.
Society. Is banning words a good idea? When does it end? If we say we can't say the N-word, but then people ban even saying the N-word, then the N-word becomes the X-N-word, the N-word that used to be the other N-word, and it never ends. It just goes on and on and on.
I just don't understand the entitlement that she feels towards saying whatever she wants. This is a word that oppressed a whole race for centuries, not just a word that can be said without any hate, because this word was formed on hate. Eventually, this controversy plus...
Well, in our defense, it was our word. We did create it, so we're just taking it back. I don't know. That's probably her logic. It's fucking just insane, though. She's so dumb. It's so fucked up. Like, what a dumb fucking thing. Oh, you gotta reclaim the N-word. It's like, holy shit. The fucking acronym or whatever it's called she used for it was fucking nuts.
Her sexual remark towards TommyInnit would see her get banned off of TikTok. Her main account would see itself reach 1.7 million followers, but the majority of her followers were there just to roast her and watch her eventual downfall. That vegan teacher would take the Keemstar route and would start to try to make multiple new accounts, but those accounts would get banned extremely quickly. She would try to use VPNs, but they would also only last a short amount of time before she was banned once again. That vegan teacher would eventually give up on TikTok as her main platform and would start to upload more frequently on YouTube. Now, throughout this time, Katie would mention that she had her dog Bella on a 100% vegan diet that she forced onto the dog. This would cause controversy once again because technically Katie was abusing her dog. In this article by Why Animals Do the Thing, titled Why Vegan Diets Will Kill Your Cat and Sicken Your Dog, they state that a dog on a vegan diet will survive but will rarely thrive, as their bodies are constantly on the edge of nutrient deprivation, whereas a meat-based diet easily provides all the essential nutrients they need to survive. A plant-based diet provides insufficient quantities of these nutrients, and often in forms are particularly difficult for dogs to process. Vegan dogs will be prone to B and D vitamin deficiencies and will be malnourished due to their physical inability to digest large quantities of plant matter. This was
first and foremost, I think something to understand is that a lot of dog food is just filled with corn anyway to like fill it, and like, you know, it doesn't have the best nutrients anyway. But like, yeah, you know, like, listen, I mean, you could still supplement it. This is the thing, is like a lot of vegans will take supplements that are still made from like animal products because they need to. But vegan is about drastically minimizing the amount of like animal suffrage that you commit rather than completely necessarily eliminating it. Like if you go from eating a fucking hamburger every day to taking a pill that has like a little bit of a fucking like, I don't know, cow in it, it's a very different thing. I don't know that there's been any proof being shown that the dog is actually unhealthy. So everything that we see, that dog seems fine. So I'm just saying.
Critical of that vegan teacher to abuse her dog and neglect it from nutrients when her whole agenda is to treat animals equal to humans. This would start hashtag Save Bella the Dog to go trending on Twitter, and this would also start a petition to save Bella from Katie on change.org that has over 50,000 signatures as of this recording. Throughout the summertime of 2021, that vegan teacher would make comments about Darman and how he doesn't use his platform on YouTube for good because he doesn't have a single video educating vegan beliefs and animal abuse. Darman would apologize to Katie and promise that in the future he would add it to his videos. That same
Yeah, he did. He responded to her in a comment. It was funny.
summer, Katie would also try and start controversy with Mr. Beast because he was eating a burger in one of his videos. She would also point out pretty much everything that Mr. Beast did wrong in his videos pertaining to eating meat.
It's crazy because everybody else is fucking canceling that guy right now too.
Later go on to upload a diss track on Mr. Beast, which is pretty much the Gordon Ramsay diss track, just switching out Gordon Ramsay for Mr. Beast. Well, Mr. Beast would never respond. Obviously, he's off busy doing something else, and this controversy would ultimately die out. Now we get to recent times. A couple days after September 11th, Katie would upload a video stating that 9/11 wasn't a huge deal because the people that died throughout that time were meat eaters that were killing animals.
Well, that's not necessarily true. What she did is she posted a video where she was signal boosting another vegan's take about how about how it didn't matter that they died because they weren't vegan anyway. But she presented the information with absolutely no contestment, in a way where she didn't really give her perspective on it necessarily, but it was more of just, it seemed like it was more to like signal boost it. So like it seems like she supports the message, but she's not necessarily the one saying it. Not that it's a huge difference, but you know.
This was extremely insensitive towards the thousands of people that died on that day and the many people affected from that day. Just another example of Katie Karen trying to capitalize once again on another event. The issue I have with Katie is that she acts as if being vegan isn't a choice. She stated multiple times in different videos that we as humans weren't born to consume meat, which just isn't true. In the past, she has also made racist and homophobic remarks that continuously come up, and she'll try and justify veganism, like with her remarks towards the LGBTQ community.
She sounds pretty based, if you ask me.
Katie Karen, aka that vegan teacher, is someone that puts her beliefs above everything else and targets these huge content creators because she knows that it will create buzz around veganism. Almost every single video on her page has the comments disabled and her dislikes turned off. That vegan teacher turned to insane tactics to get her point across and ended up exposing herself for being a nut job with a platform. And instead of promoting veganism the right way, she resorted to making a fool out of herself and her beliefs because even if you were a vegetarian and you avoided meat, you still weren't good enough in Katie's eyes. Currently, Katie Karen still uploads on YouTube, with her most recent video being uploaded on the 28th of November where she talked about Ben Shapiro. She would gain over 100,000 subscribers on her YouTube account throughout the time that she's been on YouTube, but nowhere near the amount of views that you would think she'd have. Katie Karen resorted to the worst way to promote her beliefs, leaving her without a platform on TikTok and also leaving her YouTube account damaged, only receiving a fraction of the views she once received. This has been a deep dive into the insane mind of Katie Karen, aka that vegan teacher. With this video uploaded, we'll be taking a look at more Rise videos this month. Now, I can't promise that it'll all be positive videos. Maybe I'll sprinkle in some downfall videos, but it's going to be a huge month for positive videos talking about content creators that I personally love. So make sure to subscribe if you're new here and also leave a like to get the video seen by new viewers just like yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Somebody asked me if I would watch her OnlyFans. I don't know. She's not that really attractive. But what I will say is there is Rule 34 floating around of that vegan teacher. So, you know, if you ever wanted to take a look at it, don't Google it. Don't do it. Don't you do that. Don't do that. Don't you do that. Don't look at it.